Richard, you mentioned, of course, some of the things that you have in mind for the future of quantum touch and energy healing in general. Are there places like the Life Force Project and other similar organizations? Are they making a lot of new discoveries for applications for this type of work?
Not so much there. We did have a research project recently where a Reverend, she's also a naturopath, Adara Walton, did a project where she showed that quantum touch helped neuromuscular pain quite profoundly. And she did an interesting experiment, had people lay down, listen to music, put iPads over their eyes, and divided them into two groups, the control and the test group. And she ran energy into one group, and the other group, she put her hands on them as if she was running energy, but she was actually reading from a technical manual. And the results were night and day. So there's probably 1,000 experiments that I'd like to see happen, but we're still hoping we'll get the funding and be able to do things like that in the future.
If people wanted to be involved in experiments like that, is there a place that they could go for more information?
If they write to us at quantumtouch.com, mail at quantumtouch.com, we'd love to hear about that. Especially, we're looking for people who have, real research experience and are qualified to do research, because otherwise it's just more anecdotal stuff. And we've got anecdotes up the ears.
Awesome. Yeah, we could even use some of the anecdotes to see, what directions might be good to do experiments in, and
exactly.
what avenues we might like to explore, and then explore them with more formal research to see exactly where the I shouldn't even say where the limits are, but how the application could be made and actually document it. We've got a great question in the chat room here. How can people learn how to use their intuition more, and, for example, to choose who to have a relationship with or not?
Yeah. Well, we have a video on the website called How to See and Perceive Energy that helps you with that. But I'll give you a wonderful tip on how to use your intuition more. And this is good for everybody in every situation. It's really clean information. What you do is you ask yourself 4 questions. And the questions are, what do my emotions say about the situation? What does my body say about the situation? What does my intellect say? And what does my intuition say? You ask yourself the questions, your intellect, your emotions, your body, and your intuition. And what you'll see is that most often when you get into a bad situation, you had whispers of that long before it happened. You got all kinds of information. This wasn't working for you. And Jennifer, my business partner, she's the CEO of Quantum Touch. We looked over, the last 10 years at the good business decisions we made and the really expensive ones that didn't work out so well. And we looked over every one of them that was significant, and we said, okay, what were our whispers of the reality? Because the saying is, if you learn to listen to the whispers of your reality, you don't have to hear the screams. So you learn to listen to the whispers. And the whispers come through your intellect, your intuition, your emotions, and your body. If you ask yourself, okay, what does my intellect say about marrying this girl? Or what is my intuition? What are my emotions saying? And you weigh them all out, and then you let them argue with each other, let them fight it out. And when you come up with a synthesis of information, then you have more depth, because self-honesty is really the fastest path to spiritual growth.
It's neat to hear you say that, because a lot of that you just said is exactly what I've discovered over the last 10, 15 years of learning to connect more with my own intuition. And at first you think, well, it should be this blinding flash or this clear vision that pops up in front of your face, and it's usually not. I mean, some people may get it that way, but for me it never has been. It's just been that whisper that, all right, you know this, but then I would look for other information, like I wasn't sure I wanted to trust the whisper, or it was saying something that I wasn't particularly fond of, and I wanted another answer, so I kept looking, but that whisper was always there. And when I finally learned to accept, okay, I really know in the core of my being, at the most basic level, I know this is what I need to do, or I know that is what's happening in this situation. And finally I accepted that. Then I could go ahead with it, and then I had success in that area. But until I listened to that, when I was kept trying to see something else that maybe was more comfortable or more acceptable at the moment, it just blocked everything until I actually learned to accept that. And I don't even know if it's so much a process of tuning in. It's just a process of allowing yourself to hear it.
And by being more specific